small acts of faith make a big difference. Sometimes, when we think about faith, we imagine grand gestures, huge leaps, or miraculous moments that change everything in an instant. But today, I want to remind you that faith doesn't always have to be big to make a big impact. In fact, it is often the small acts of faith, those quiet steps of trust, that end up changing lives, including our own. Have you ever thought about the little things you do in faith, praying for someone, offering a word of encouragement, or stepping out of your comfort zone to show kindness? These small, seemingly insignificant acts can have ripple effects that go far beyond what we can see. In Galatians 5:6, it says, "The only thing that counts is faith expressing itself through love." It is in those everyday moments, where we choose to act in love, that our faith comes alive. It is not always the big, bold steps that make the most difference. It is the small acts of obedience that God uses to touch hearts and change lives. Think about the story of the boy who shared his lunch with Jesus, the 5 loaves and 2 fish. In the grand scheme of things, what he offered seemed small, even insignificant, but because he acted in faith, Jesus used that little lunch to feed over 5,000 people. John 6:9 shows us that what we offer in faith, no matter how small, can be multiplied in God's hands. I remember a time when someone reached out to me with a simple act of kindness, just a note reminding me that I was being prayed for. It didn't seem like much at the time, but it was exactly what I needed. That small gesture of faith brought me peace and reminded me of God's love in a way that nothing else could. Small acts of faith are like seeds planted in the ground. We might not see the result right away, but God is working beneath the surface, growing something beautiful. In the same way, when we act in faith, even in the smallest ways, God is using our actions to bring about His purposes, often in ways we may never know. So don't underestimate the power of the little things. Your smile, your kind word, your willingness to help someone in need, or even your quiet prayer for a friend. These are acts of faith that God can use in extraordinary ways. Remember, it is not about the size of the action, but about the size of our God. As it says in Matthew 17:20, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, nothing will be impossible for you." Even the smallest act of faith can move mountains when placed in God's hands. So, what small step of faith can you take today? Trust that God will use it to make a big difference. Small acts, big difference. Take that step, act in faith, and let God do the rest. Thanks for watching. This video is a reminder that faith, no matter how small, can create ripples of change. Subscribe for more uplifting content and let us embark on this journey of encouragement together.